Well, again, I mean, you look at what they're going to be talking about here. They're talking about enforcing quarantines. So it's clear they're talking about, airlines, restrictions on travel, restrictions at airports, border crossings. This is all, and then how to handle medical waste. I assume that includes probably dead bodies. People have died from this.
Wayne, we got a break. When we come back, in the last 2 weeks it came out, they're hiring tens of thousands of additional internment and resettlement, re-education officers. I want to get your take on that.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're just addressing what the congressmen are saying about them using it for martial law. The forced inoculations, the mass graves were vindicated, proven right again. And if people would just stop denying the documents we bring forward, we would have even more political steam now to defeat this. If people would just check into the claims we make, we source everything. Instead of listening to COINTELPRO and the Simon Wiesenthal Center and the Southern Poverty Law Center and all of them lying about us. There's an article up there where they're talking about how I need to be killed. I mean, it's really getting creepy. So that's up on Infowars.com. We have links to them. These guys are bold. They do not like us. They're very upset we're raining on their parade. Okay, Wayne Madsen. I want to get into the whole birther thing. You've got some inside intel on that. But first off, WayneMadsenReport.com, again, is his website. I was bringing up the issue of the internment, relocation, re-education specialist, and people are finally waking up because it's on the Army's own website that, we need jail guards for America for the Army to put whole towns in. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you look at what Vice President Biden said as far as, when he's talking about this bailout package. The first thing he said, the first priority was to provide more funding for law enforcement agencies, for the police around the country. I mean, we don't have enough of them. So it's clear that this administration is putting as much emphasis on all this domestic security nonsense as did the last one. And, there's people out there that are really hurting, and all Biden can talk about is providing this bailout, this incentive money for cops. And I don't think they need any more money.
What, we've had a quadrupling in police the last 15 years?
Yeah, I see. I just noticed that at the local Dunkin' Donuts. There now seems to be 4 times as many cop cars sitting there while they're on break than there was before.
But then you can't get one when your house gets broken into most of the time. But, boy, they're there with radar guns, though.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they have to raise revenue for these state and county and municipal governments because the tax base is collapsing. So that's how they're, they have to shake down the public to earn their keep.
Well, Wayne, how do you see this unfolding, that you can go to the Army's own website, and that's actually off of a Hispanic job site. One of the links, if you put in internment specialist Army, or just National Guard internment specialist, you can actually go to nationalguard.mil. But doesn't matter. We'll show folks. That's good enough. I mean, they're really gearing up. The new economy is the police state. All the major new grants and scholarships are for this. Just everything's converting to private security firms and prisons and cameras owned by a few government cronies. I mean, I guess the government's not happy to just ship in the heroin and cocaine and put all our kids in prison and rape us and steal all our money. I mean, now they've got to just totally make everything a big prison.
Well, it looks that way to me, especially with this agenda that I'm looking at here for this conference next week. It'll just be interesting to see who from the government is there. Even if I can't get in, I'm going to be hanging around the hotel lobby to just check those name tags, because one thing about this town is they have a tendency to issue name tags for these conferences. And, of course, you look under the name and you can often spot what agency they're with.
Well, I know you're there at the press club talking to all these other reporters and talking to intelligence people. What's the skinny on what's coming in the fall?
Well, the anticipation, there's actually a few threads going right now. There's this fear, that we're going to see a surge here in North America with the swine flu. But also there's talk about being at the end of September, of course, is the end of the fiscal year. And with the beginning of the new fiscal year, October the 1st, I'm hearing rumors about the economy may not recover when the commercial real estate market collapses on top of the private housing market. We may see more banks go under, and there's talk about potentially a bank holiday. How long it's going to last, I don't know, but just bank closures, an order from the executive branch to close banks across the country. It happened during the Depression. Franklin Roosevelt did it, and I'm hearing that it may happen again.
When we come back, I found it. If you just Google internment specialist by itself, the first link is goarmy.com. People may have heard of it. It's called the U.S. Army. It's the biggest military in the world. I assure you it exists. Goarmy.com. Now, I know popular science will say the Army doesn't exist next and there's no FEMA camps, but it's all over the news. There it is.